Hello, Paradigm Shifters. How you doing? It is December. Do you believe it? December 2022. And I'm so grateful to have been around. And we started this in August of 2020. And every week we bring in a guest speaker. So Paradigm Shifters is a growing global community dedicated to shift and uplift the planet. And we are a little over 1,500 members strong now. And each month we have a different topic. So the topic for this month is faith. Isn't that a beautiful topic? Hey, Kayla?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is really a great topic for this month. And I was at a Dream Builder Live in Dallas, right? And I've known Kayla, well, I've known more from a distance about Kayla from her parents, but we had an opportunity to get to know each other in Dallas. And I was having I asked the group, the Kayla, about how do I get my relationships with my older children? And Kayla looked at me and said, have you tried praying for them? And I'm like, all right, Kayla, you have to come and talk about where that has led you. So let me talk to you. Let me introduce you. Okay. Kayla Boggs grew up in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, until she was 14. And then you moved to Southern California. You went to Catholic high school where your relationship with God grew and your faith deepened. So right now you are a student, right?
Yes.
Yes, and in your last year of undergraduate studies in dietetics program, right, at San Diego State University. And you're applying to combine master's in dietetic internship program to attend next fall. And right now you work as a part-time client care at Brave Thinking Institute, as well as a research assistant at the university. Wow. Thank you so much. Well, so come on in here, Kayla, and I would love to have you talk about, who you are, how you've grown in faith, where it all started, and we'll take it away. So here you go, Kayla Boggs.
Thank you so much, Judy. Well, I'll give a little bit of background. I grew up, my mom Catholic, my dad Christian, so we always had some sort of faith. I was baptized Catholic and went to church with my parents. So that was a big part of my faith. It was believing in God, praying before dinners, and every Sunday going to church. So that was kind of where my faith started. And when I went to high school, I ended up going to a Catholic high school here in the United States. And that really, I learned so much about God and my own faith, and it deepened so much. So that was where I really grew to believe in my faith. And I have a story to tell about high school and how my faith was implemented. But basically, I also grew up in a family that started this business that teaches transformational life coaching and how to be successful. So that was also a huge part of my growing up, is having that what we call internal locus of control, that you have control over your actions, your successes, and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I have a few notes here. Let me see. So I wanted to start off with the quote from Jim Carrey that I think explains faith perfectly. And it is, hope walks through the fire and faith leaps over it. So faith to me is a complete trust and belief. Whether you put that trust in God, the universe, a situation, or yourself, faith is leaning in and believing. And I have a story to tell about how faith played a part in who I am today. So I loved playing soccer. I played on the high school team and the club team during when I was younger, and I was playing in a tournament, and when I was a sophomore in high school, so I was about 15, 16 years old. And I was a starter on the team, so I could play the whole game. And by the third day of this tournament, I was exhausted, but I kept playing since we were in the running to win the tournament. I was defending a girl that was coming towards our goal. So in soccer, there's like 2 goals. And I planted my right foot down. And then when I went to turn, I felt my knee go inward. I heard a loud snap, and I just fell to the floor crying. I was in a lot of pain. And at that moment, I knew something was wrong. The athletic trainer reassured me it was just a minor injury, didn't look bad, but I cried because I was in so much pain. And but anyways, my team ended up winning the tournament. So I got a picture with a big trophy, and I was really happy despite the pain I was in. And I have a picture to show. Could you give me permission to share my
Yes, I
screen?
can. Yes, I can. Hang on a second. Yeah. There, I
Thank
think you
you
can
so
do that.
much. Okay, can you see the picture?
Yes. Yes. Oh, wow, you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah, so I was in, it was just a chair, but I have ice wrapped all over my knee. It was huge, it blew up, but I had that picture with the trophy, with which I will always cherish. So yeah, I was really happy, but also that injury changed my whole career, what I thought I would be doing. I wanted to play soccer in college. And anyway, so I found out that I completely tore my anterior cruciate ligament, which is your ACL in your knee. And it is one of the most important ligament in your knee that keeps your knee strong. So it was a really devastating injury that I had found out. So yeah, I had to go through a whole year of recovery, of going through physical therapy and not being able to walk for months, finally to be strong enough to go back and play. And I was really excited to play. I was playing with a knee brace. Again, my first tournament back at the same place. I completely blew out my knee again. Same place, same injury. This time I knew I had to get surgery. So after trying to be strong and going through this whole process, the second time I was asking, why me? Why did this happen to me? Like, did I not work hard enough for, my knee to be strong? Pitying myself, crying, not being, throwing all this like pity energy out there. And I ended up going to a lookout with my mom. And I remember seeing the sunset, and I just prayed, and I had a realization. And I had the thought, you know what? Like, this is where you're at. I can't change what happened. I can't change that I hurt my knee twice. I can't change the past. My ligament is completely torn. I am in pain. But the only thing I can do now is decide how to move forward. I can either mope around, continue to pity myself and cry, or I can choose to put all my energy into strengthening my knee back up and live an amazing life with a healthy knee. So that was when I chose my faith, and I chose to have complete trust in God that this happened for a reason. And I didn't know the reason then, but I chose to find the good in that situation. Because I couldn't play soccer, I had all this other free time during my high school to do other things. Like, I spent a lot of time on my academics, got good grades. I spent more time with my family and friends, strengthening those relationships. And I dedicated my time to my future. So I ended up finding my passion with nutrition, which is what I'm doing now, through that time, and getting into my dream college. So I leaned in, I believed in myself to make good from the bad that I thought I was experiencing. And that is just what faith is to me. It's trusting that I'm in control of my life and I will be choosing a good life for myself, even in the face of adversity. And I know like all of us have gone through tough times, whether it's an injury, a breakup, getting, fired from a job, but these tough times are just inevitable parts of life and of being human. And I think like the tough times and the failures, or what we would consider failures, are what make it all worth it. I'm reading this book by Carrie Castle, who's amazing. She's a dietitian, which is what I'm going to school to be. It's called The Domino Diet. And she asks in the book, is there a victory without starting off with a failure? And I don't think so. I think some things cannot rise without a fall, and having an obstacle in the way is what makes you come out stronger. And failure isn't in the falling, it's in staying there. So yeah, that's kind of a story of what faith means to me and how I implemented it in my life.
Oh, thank you so, so much. So I love it. So I have a couple questions. So um, how do you have like a faith practice? I like something, for me, it's meditation in the morning. And I was just thinking that as I grew older, as I grew from where you are into the different stages of life, I've had to switch up my faith practice to just stay current. Do you happen to have a faith practice that you might want to recommend to anyone out there?
Yeah, so I'm Catholic, so I pray each night. Um, I pray being thankful for my blessings, and really, I think gratitude's a huge part of it in my life. So yeah, praying every night. I have started to meditate each morning too. There's an app that's called Calm. It's like $30 a year or something, but I think it's really worth it. It has some guided meditations that I think some of them range for a few minutes. I like to do the 10-minute ones because I think it's a good amount of time to spend meditating for me, since I'm in college and working and stuff. So 10 minutes is something I can definitely do. And yeah, I think whatever works with you, but just spending time each day on yourself, and whatever way that is, whether it's praying, meditation, I think is a great practice. I actually have a tool that I wrote down too.
Oh, great, great.
So a tool I continue to use, and especially after this Dream Builder, my grandmother tells this story at Dream Builder that is, I think it has a great meaning behind it. But basically, it's when I encounter any situation, whether especially ones that I don't like, or that I have these thoughts that, oh, I'm not like, this is bad. I say to myself, no, this is actually good. And I ask myself, what good can come out of this situation? And I bet there is always one thing that you can think of from any situation that will be good. For example, when I went to Dream Builder and came back, I had parked the car at the airport before we had left. And my parents, when we landed, told me to go get the car. And there were a couple parking lots, and I had forgotten where the car was. So I walked to one, it's not there. I walked to the other, it's not there. And I'm in the crossroads, and I'm wanting to just get home. And I'm thinking, like, I'm frustrated. And then I had the thought, this is good. This is good. It's okay. Like, I got a few extra steps in. I found the good, got a little exercise in, and I'm going to make this a good situation. I'm not going to stress out. I'm going to be happy. And this is just a good situation. And after that, I calmed down. I found the car right away. And I went up the escalator. But anyway, so yeah, so that's like a little example of just thinking this is good, whatever situation you're in is also a really good practice, I think.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, and on campus, I'm at just all of the different ins and outs and um, exams, right? Are you about ready to take finals? Is that coming up now?
Yes, yeah.
Um,
I only have two finals actually. The rest are like projects. But yeah, almost gonna have tests in a couple weeks.
yes, one of my friends is a university professor, and it's those stressful times, like, oh, have you used your faith and practices to get through exams? That's what I want to know.
Yes, definitely.
How does that work for you?
I put a lot of time into my studying and just I've learned good study habits that work for me, but definitely trusting in myself is like one of the things I was talking about. Faith is like, yes, trusting in God and the universe, but having that trust in yourself that I'm studying, I'm learning, and I'm going to apply what I've learned in the test and do great. And it's worked for me in my grades, and in high school, I implemented that, especially because I had my injury. I couldn't walk. So basically, all I could do is do homework. And that helped me so much during my test. Definitely, like, I didn't meditate back then. I'm sure now it would help, but like really grounding yourself and, um, yeah, basically just trusting in yourself that you're going to do great.
That's awesome. And so I have another question that I've asked some people. How would you like to be remembered? And that's one of these questions, like but how would you like to be remembered as you grow and yeah, and I was going to say your legacy, but you are living your legacy right now. So how would you like to be remembered by people?
Thank you. I was thinking about this question when you asked me it. I think the biggest thing I'm working on now is kindness, being kind. I just want to remember as being a kind person. Like in Brave Thinking, we had the five um, practices a day, like interactions with people that are influential. And I really took that to heart. And when I had a phone call with someone for like a technology issue, asking them, how's your day? Like, how are you doing? At Starbucks, I love going to Starbucks. Um, Asking the lady at the drive-thru, like, how's your day going? Like, um, how's the how's the day been today? And yeah, so just little kind interactions with people. I think I would love to be remembered as someone who's kind.
And that would, as a dietitian, tell me more about that. I do have a few more minutes, but tell me more about where you see yourself as a dietitian and how that interacts with your kindness.
Yeah, so I am studying to be a dietitian, gonna go through my master's next year, do a 1,000-hour dietetic internship, and then take the test. And after that, I get my credentials. Right now, I have an Instagram page that I post recipes on, and they are just, I believe in not restricting any kind of foods. So there's some people that do keto or whatever kind of diets. I just believe in balance and nourishing your body. So my goal is to help my clients and those around me and those who watch my social media to have a healthy relationship with food and with their body, and nourishing their body with foods that make them happy, not just healthy foods that are zero carbs, and you know what I mean. So so yeah, and kindness throughout that would be like with my clients, like once I want to have a coaching business. So with my clients, obviously like empathy and them like feeling that I care about them, because, you know, that's a big part. And my social media too, my followers or subscribers feeling like I care about them would be huge as well.
Great. So tell us about your Instagram. How can we follow you?
Oh, so it's called Nourishly Good.
Nourishly good. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I just make short videos of my cooking, and I'm in the process of trying to figure out what kind of content I want to post, but because my goal is to combine transformational coaching with my nutrition and my dietitian career. So, I'm trying to see how I can incorporate those principles too. So yeah, it's on Instagram right now. I'm gonna try to get on TikTok. It's another, I'm not sure if you know of it, but another app that kids my age use. And then I am gonna start a Facebook page, but right now I'm only on Instagram.
Well, that's great. That is so great. Well, wow. Okay, so this is the part of the very faithful. Thank you so much for kicking off our December on faith. And wow. So here's what we like to do here is we as a community of paradigm shifters, we want to bless you. And we would love to, what would you love to have us hold for you, Kayla Boggs? What would you love? A sense of energy your way.
Well, right now I'm in the process of applying, so to get into my dream school, University of Southern California. I would love if you hold that for me. And after that, just doing well with the my vocation in nutrition and dietetics. And yeah, that would be awesome.
All right, you ready to catch it?
Yes.
Law of receiving, right? There you go. Energy. There you go. All right. Thank you so much, Kayla, for
Thank you.
being here.
Of course.
And we so appreciate you and your whole generation that is just so full of ideas and hope and just everything. So thank you so much. And see you. Good luck.